ABC station here in New York has now been suspended after police say that she made up claims that she was stalked and nearly assaulted by a would-be rapist in Central Park. NBC's Mike Taibbi has details. Mike, good morning to you.
Good morning, Meredith. How are you? At 37, Heidi Jones's career as a TV meteorologist and much more was on the rise. She was also an avid fitness buff and distance runner, and she did a lot of her running right here in Central Park. This is also where she claims someone tried to rape her.
In the northwestern corner of New York State and
Heidi Jones had made it to the big time, going all the way from an Indiana girlhood to forecasting the weather on ABC's huge New York TV station.
Nice leaf peeping time as we get into late September.
Reporting countless stories from the field.
A perfect day for this. It is called beach tennis, and believe it or not, it's not just for hackers or slackers like myself. It was one of the best tune-up races we've had yet today.
And often filling in on ABC's nationally broadcast morning show, Good Morning America.
ABC's Heidi Jones is here.
Hi, you guys, and good morning, everyone.
On her Facebook page and her Run with Heidi website, she writes about her flourishing TV career and about her prowess as a long-distance runner. But nowhere did she tell her fans what police say she recently told them, that an Hispanic man had twice confronted her. First back in September when he grabbed her as she jogged and tried to rape her, and then 3 weeks ago near her apartment when she says he harassed her again. But police say they weren't so sure. After all, 2 days after the alleged rape attempt in September, Heidi wrote on her Facebook page, "Good day, how was yours?" And after the man supposedly threatened her in November, she wrote, "Here's your Turkey Day forecast, gobble gobble." Now, a police source confirms for NBC News that Jones admitted when confronted with inconsistencies in her story, and the fact that she waited 2 months to tell it, that she basically made it all up. The local WABC TV newscast reported that Jones is now off the air.
Thank you. Heidi Jones, a WABC TV meteorologist, faces misdemeanor charges for filing a false police report. Jones faces fines and jail time if she's convicted. WABC has suspended Jones pending the outcome of an internal investigation.
Jones's critics have already taken to her Facebook wall, "This is inexcusable. You're a disgrace. Fire her and put her in jail." Jones reportedly made up her story to win sympathy because of personal problems.
Oftentimes people do dramatic things when they're going through personal issues. People leverage support in a variety of different ways.
Front moving through, and it's really just a
And what's likely to happen now to a career that was clearly on the rise?
If it's all true, there's no question that Heidi Jones's career is in serious trouble.
Her lawyer, Paul Callan, says that she is urging folks to not jump to conclusions, and he also says she will plead not guilty to any criminal charges against her. She could face a year in jail on each charge of falsifying a police report. Meredith?
Okay, Mike Taibbi, thank you very much. Ricky Kleiman is a criminal defense attorney. Psychiatrist Gail Saltz is a Today contributor. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Ricky, let me start with you. According to police, Heidi Jones admitted that she made the whole story up. She has a court date now, January 5th, charged with filing a false police report. You've talked to her attorney. What is her next step?
Well, her attorney, Paul Callan, is really the perfect lawyer here. He is a mixture of compassion and competence. And if I were Paul Callan, what I would be doing is calling up the DA's office immediately to try to work out something. This is a woman who does not need to go to jail. However, this is a case that's not going away. She needs supervision. Perfect candidate for probation.
How can her lawyer apparently is saying that she's going to plead not guilty, but how can she do that if she's already admitted guilt?
Everyone who goes into court will enter a plea, or their attorney enters a plea for them. That is always a not guilty plea until something can be worked out. And I'm sure in this kind of a case with a progressive and thoughtful DA like Cy Vance, a good lawyer like Paul, it will cry out for someone to help her, and it will cry out for an example to be made so that we don't have other people making false accusations.
This is a young, attractive woman, obviously doing well professionally. What would motivate someone like this?
Well, it's interesting, actually. You'd be surprised. Many people have the fantasy or thought, gee, if this happened to me, someone else would feel badly for me, or someone else would rush to my aid. We all actually have thoughts like that, but to act on it is a different story. So then the question becomes, you know, was the stress such, or is the personality character structure such that a reaction to anxiety or depression would cause them to, if you will, break their own moral code. Because that's really the question here, right? Why would you do something that could destroy your life and that would be a lie, essentially, that would hurt other people, that takes the police away from their job and so on? Sometimes it's real mental illness. Looking at someone and having them look beautiful and successful does not mean that they're not suffering inside, that they don't potentially have a mental illness, or that something really bizarre isn't going on in their life, as we see over and over again in cases.
And why cry rape?
Right. Well, you know, it's about being attacked. It's, you know, this is one fantasy. Sometimes people claim, I'm horribly sick. We've seen these cases of, I've got cancer, so I need to get people around me. This is about being attacked. And it's strange to say, but actually many, many women do have thoughts about rape. Again, they don't want to be raped, but they have thoughts about it. It's not an uncommon fantasy, and it's the idea that someone would rescue you or rush to your aid because you've been violated, and it's violated in a sexual manner. So it makes you think of this about being a personal other to her, a boyfriend or somebody that she wanted to arouse or concern.
You know, you sit on a board for a rape treatment center, correct?
Yes, I did.
In California.
7 years,
you did for 7 years. I'm sure there are people on that board who would feel, you know what, she cried rape. That presents a chilling effect to people who really have been raped. She deserves to go to jail.
Well, people may think she deserves to go to jail, but the reality is that it's not going to do her or others any good. The trouble here, Meredith, is does it have a chilling effect? Are women afraid to go forward? Because when you have someone of this celebrity, even if it's because of a mental illness and it's not malicious, the reality is that it does make them say, well, maybe the police won't believe me. And I have to say, I've got to applaud these police for nipping it in the bud, because what if it went one more step? What if there was a lineup? What if there was a show up of a picture array and she picked that Hispanic that she had never seen?
Such things, unfortunately, have happened, and so I do think we have to think about the moral greater good here. And today, I would say a lot of people are comfortable with, frankly, untruths. We see a lot of things going on today that are, you know, not about following the rules, and it's emboldening, I think, others to break them.
Gail Saltz, Ricky Kleeman, thank you both for your perspective this morning. We appreciate it.